a beautiful, hot, sunny day in Waterdown. So what a perfect day to talk about our lawn care, because let's face it, now that it's summer, everybody wants to know the best ways to take care of their lawn so it looks good, it feels good, it's fun to hang out on, it's fun to play on. And with that, enter Hometurf Lawn Care. Thanks so much for joining us, Nick.
It's great.
This is awesome. We have a beautiful lawn here that we are demonstrating for today's procedures. First off, tell me a little bit about the company.
So we're Hometurf Lawn Care. We service all over Southern Ontario. We also have a branch in Calgary as well. Basically, we just do your seasonal lawn maintenance. Our customers would sign up for whatever appropriate package is right for them. But basically, we do everything from fertilizing, weed control. We do aeration, overseeding, insect control, you name it. Pretty much, if it has to do with grass, we're all over it.
Yeah.
We actually this year we're exciting. We have a new program, mosquito control.
Oh.
So that's a new thing for us this year. And
in the grass.
Yeah, it's the grass, shrubs, any hot spots where mosquitoes like to thrive, basically.
Right.
So that's a new program that we've introduced this year. So what we do.
Is smart.
Yeah, well, they become a big problem, especially when you get days like today where it's really hot and people want to enjoy the backyard spaces and
they don't, because you're
exactly
just
when you're constantly swatting yourself and you got to pack it in around 6 or 7 once the sun goes down, it gets annoying. So the mosquito control is really helpful, and it's taken off this year. People are really enjoying it.
Okay, so when someone books you, depending on their package, is it kind of like a weekly service, a monthly service, a one time in and you're done?
Generally, it's about every 4 to 6 weeks. So for like our basic lawn care programs, we put down a slow release fertilizer.
Okay.
So that basically will release nutrients for about 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So then we come there, we spray the weeds, and then once that 4 to 6 weeks, usually we're back again for round 2. Same kind of thing, fertilizing and weed control, and that kind of is spaced out throughout the summer.
Yeah.
And then also we slip in, which we'll show today, is liquid aeration and overseed.
Okay, and that's kind of spring, fall.
Yeah, we tend to do it right as soon as kind of spring is wrapping up, when we're getting a little bit less rain and a little more consistent warm temperatures.
And sunshine.
Yeah, it's a little easier for the seed to germinate and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's generally when we do that.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to all the stuff that we're going to be doing today. We're going to be fertilizing, we're going to be aerating, we're going to be doing all sorts of stuff to this beautiful lawn. There's so much more coming up with Hometurf on Morning Live. Well, since 1988, Hometurf Lawn Care Service has been helping homeowners make their lawns look their very best. Fertilizing, that is a huge part of lawn maintenance and lawn care. Now, Nick, who is the production director with Hometurf, tell us a little bit about the fertilizing process. Why is it so important?
So basically, fertilizer is going to give the grass the nutrients it needs to kind of really just stay strong and thick, especially on days like today where it's over 40 degrees, and it's like these lawns are very susceptible to drought stress, diseases, that type of thing. So when you're on a regular program fertilizing, it really helps kind of suppress some of those problems that you could have that you see. You can see him doing the fertilizer there. What we do is we come about every 4 to 6 weeks, like I said, and then basically apply it. We have these nice broadcast spreaders which do about 5 to 6 feet at a time.
So it's fast.
So it's fast. Our guys are very efficient.
Yeah,
so you kind of go in straight lines basically, so you don't have any striping or anything like that. But basically, this type of fertilizer goes from when you see it kind of looks green to real thick green, like no doubt. And it kind of gives a uniform color throughout the whole lawn when done properly.
Okay, now I have kids and a dog.
So this stuff is no problem.
Okay.
You can walk on it right away. Generally, we do this in partnership with the weed control as well.
Okay.
And when the weed control is put down, you basically just need to give it about 3 hours to dry.
Oh, that's it, right?
Well, a day like today, it might be half an hour.
Yeah.
But generally what we say is 3 hours, leave it to dry, and then pets and kids can go on it.
But it's perfectly safe.
Yeah.
See, like that's my kind of main concern. Like I've never treated my lawn for that reason.
Right.
I'm kind of like, well, A, my dog's going to ruin it because it's going to go to the bathroom on my lawn.
Yeah.
B, my children just love to pull out the grass when they were little, so I just never really thought about it. So that's really good, informative info, I should say, to know that the fertilizer isn't going to harm anybody in your family.
No, it's great. And honestly, after 1 or 2 rainfalls, it's pretty much dissolved into the grass. You won't even see the little pellets anyways.
Okay.
But all of our products are environmentally safe, kid and pet friendly.
Yeah, that's important. Okay, so what's the next step after fertilizing? Now, I know we're going to do a little bit of weed control.
Today, what we're going to do today is we're going to show you our new liquid aeration product.
Oh, cool.
So what this is we do a blanket spray on the lawn, and then afterwards we overseed it.
Okay.
So the liquid aeration basically, we'll show you in the next segment, but basically what this does is a lot of times around this time of year, the soil gets really compacted and it's really tight from foot traffic and that type of thing.
And it'll help loosen it up a little bit.
So this nice thing, it loosens it all up so that when you put the seed down, basically water and nutrients is a lot easier to reach the root level.
Amazing.
So it really helps. And the liquid aeration is great too because it doesn't result in all those cores all over the lawn and heavy machinery.
Gross.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
Homeowners do not like that very much, and it takes a while for it to break down. So.
All right, well, aeration is coming up next, so if you want to see how they do that, make sure you stay with us. But for now, setting things back inside the studio. Okay, liquid aeration. That is what's happening right now.
That's what's happening.
So back in the day, you'd bring those big machines, they'd have the wheels, they'd have those big spikes on them, and they would spit out like what looks like a little piece of goose poop.
Exactly.
But not anymore.
Not anymore.
Technology has given us a better... What is he doing?
So what he's doing right now, basically he's blanket spraying the lawn with the liquid aeration. So what this does is it kind of penetrates through the compacted soil and loosens everything up on a very small microscopic level. So it loosens everything up so that basically when you're watering the lawn, when you're putting down products such as fertilizer, that type of thing, it's actually allowing the nutrients to reach the root zone. A lot of times it gets kind of stuck on that compacted soil.
Yeah.
So this kind of really helps it really helps just everything, all the products you're putting down and when you're watering actually do its job.
So like what chemical kind of substance? I don't know if you need to tell me that. I don't know if people care about that.
It's a mixture of a few things. There's a humic acid type of thing, which it basically breaks down clay deposits. There's a lot of clay in the soil in Ontario.
Yeah,
so
there's tons of it.
So whenever you notice that, if you're like raking your lawn and it's like really, really compacted,
tough. Yeah.
This is a great way to kind of loosen up the soil, and then it allows all the other products that we're putting down, like the seed and the fertilizer, just to do its job.
Interesting.
And it is also great because homeowners don't need to go around marking all their sprinkler heads now. And it's a lot easier than getting those big machines downstairs and all that type of thing.
Yeah,
so it takes the headache out of all that stuff, and it's just a quick, easy way to get it done.
Pieces of dirt on your lawn.
Exactly, which sometimes take quite a bit to break down. So
totally, and they just look unpleasant. This you can't even tell.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so far we have fertilized.
Yes.
And the liquid aeration is going to work in what kind of time length?
So this application is done in combination with the overseeding.
Okay.
So when he's done there, generally what we would do is we'd go over the entire lawn with the grass seed, and then they work sort of hand in hand to really give your lawn a boost in June, right before that summer drought. So it really kind of, especially when you're not getting as much rain in months like June and July, when you do water, it's actually going to reach the root zone and do what it's supposed to do.
See, I always thought you put down seed in the spring and fall and that was it.
You definitely can, but it never hurts to kind of give it a little boost in June, especially.
Yeah, totally.
You introduce different species of grass that are a little bit more
invasive?
No, they're a little more tolerant to drought stress and heat and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So the more you're seeding and thickening your lawn, the less clover and little weeds you might have that are just kind of pesky, kind of returning weeds. It helps choke them out naturally. Okay,
good to know. All right, well, coming up, we're going to throw some seed on the lawn. Why not? We're doing everything else. We're getting you a full procedure here in Waterdown with Hometurf Lawn Care. Make sure you stay with us. Lots more coming up on Morning Live. All right, so seeding is a big thing for you to do kind of spring, fall, and, middle of June, just to get your lawn as thick as it could possibly be. We noticed here, Nick, that there's a big bald spot here on the lawn, so you're going to concentrate a lot of your seed onto that area,
Exactly.
Right?
So what we do is we generally go through the whole lawn with an overseeding with one of these, and then we'll stop in any bare spots and put a little bit more seed or any areas that look of concern.
And then you water immediately after.
Exactly, yeah. We always ask that. Basically, the best thing to do is lightly water 2 to 3 times a day for the first week or two.
And what about topsoil? Do we have to put soil on top of it?
Yeah, it helps to do that. It kind of
So it doesn't
engulfs
blow away?
It engulfs it a little bit and retains moisture better. That's
Okay.
really the main purpose.
Okay, now as we walk over here, we've
Yes.
got a loud machine.
Yes.
Something's happening over there. What is he doing?
So Raman's doing the mosquito application.
Okay.
So we use a fogger and basically treat all the hot spots where mosquitoes like to thrive. You'll find it a lot of times they're very hard to see, but mosquitoes generally hide in any shaded or cool areas that retain a lot of moisture.
Moist water,
Exactly.
any standing water.
So what we do is we use this fogger and it treats all the hotspot areas, usually around any foliage, bushes. So those little droplets will stay on there and they have a residual lasting effect. So usually these applications last about 3 to 4 weeks.
So you're not just killing the individual mosquito, you're killing the mosquito nest.
Yeah, it's really this whole program is about being more proactive than reactive. It's really just setting the stage so that you don't have these issues later on.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
And this is a brand new program?
This is a brand new program starting this year, and the feedback has been tremendous. People are really loving
And they're noticing the difference,
Oh
eh?
yeah, night and day. Within a day or two, you can notice it immediately.
Really?
Yeah, especially in those hot spots, depending if you're backing onto some sort of ravine or one of those areas where, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, oh
So-
my gosh, we get eaten alive because of all the forest that's behind my house.
Yeah, it's great. It creates kind of like a little barrier. So we generally do the perimeter, fence lines, any shaded areas, anywhere that you think that they can kind of harbor.
Now, in terms of the mosquitoes, once you've kind of gotten rid of the nest, are they going to be less likely to fly into areas that you've treated
Exactly.
as well?
Yeah, it has a residual lasting effect of about 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
There are a lot of things homeowners can do just on their own to try to limit the amount of mosquitoes. Removing standing water.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets stuck in kids' toys,
Yeah.
gutters that are clogged, that type of thing.
Okay.
They can harbor little mosquito nurseries.
Nests.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So this basically will treat all of those areas. We do anything where, you know, the hot spots that we all know, there's certain spots where they just tend to thrive there.
Okay.
And you know, we come back every 4 weeks and reapply.
Well, we have learned so much today from you guys, so thank you so much
Of course, it was
for
great.
joining us. And book Hometurf. They have a variety of different packages that you can buy depending on your budget and your needs. How can people get in touch with you?
They can call hometurf.ca, probably the easiest, or
Yeah.
they have the phone number on there, and you
Okay.
can get a hold of our salespeople, and they can walk you through everything.
Amazing. Well, thanks again, Nick. There's so much more coming up on Morning Live, and we'll have all the Hometurf information on our website as well at chch.com.